My nickname is Copa. Not that any one of you care, but I'm gonna talk a bit about Batrider and more specifically sticky napalm and how the procs actually work and how you can do more procs. So you have sticky napalm, and sticky napalm does damage for every instance of damage you do. So that's your auto attack, your flame break, and your firefly. And if you have items that do extra instance of damage or spells, then you would do more procs of sticky napalm, and that's what we're going to discover here. So I'm going to stick it normally straight out. I'm going to hit Doombringer here with he has 6 hearts, by the way. We'll see that I hit him once and I do 1 proc of sticky napalm for 18 damage.
There we go.
If I had ancient Rishon on my team,
We ride.
I would hit him. I would do 2 instances of damage, and I would proc sticky napalm twice. So that these are original instances of damage. I can even add one if I pick up Diffusal Blade, and I would do 3 instances of damage here. You see at sticky napalm for 18 damage comes 3 times. Now,
As
these
Obelisk
are original
directs.
instances, but I can actually add extra instances by some of these spells. For example, Penitence. Penitence does the extra damage after the first damage, doesn't get added on. And same for Soul Catcher, which also does another extra instance for each original instance that I have. So, in my case, I would have 3 instances of damage. Then I would put on Penitence, then I would do 6 instances of damage. And with Soul Catcher, I would do an additional 3, so...
God willing.
Try this out.
Repent.
Like a meteor.
Right now, I do 9 instances of damage. This whole thing here is just from me. We see a lot of extras, though. For example, you see Sticky Napalm here for 1 and 3 times. And that's just because of the spell Soul Catcher does extra damage for Sticky Napalm too. But here's the important part. We see Diff Blade for 20 damage first, and this with Diff Blade for 1 damage, and Diff Blade for 4 damage. And this is Penitence, and this is Soul Catcher. And it does the same thing for Chilling Touch and my normal damage. And for each of these, we see that an plus 18 pop up. So I do 9 times my normal damage. And this could be used, for example, if we're just gonna have some fun here, have to get 10 stacks, because I mean,
Swooping.
the sticky napalm damage gets multiplied, so now I think we're up in 197 damage. And I can put an extra instance, now I have 3 instances of damage for 197, then I put on Soul Catcher, and I put on Penitence, and I hit him once, and he loses about 3,500 health. Even if he would just have 4 instances of damage, he would still lose quite a lot.
Split the leg.
About half of that. Now, this is a very unlikely situation where you would have Chen, Shadow Demon, Ancient Apparition, and Batrider in the same team, and somehow you're relying on Batrider dishing out all damage. But if you do, you probably kill everyone you do this on in 1 hit, because they'll rarely have 6 hearts on them. But it's more important that, for example, Penitence and Soul Catcher, they double the sticky napalm damage for each instance that he has. Not only his normal attack, but for example, if I had Firefly on, then I would do about this rate of damage. But Penitence, this rate doubles. If I have Soul Catcher on, it's gonna go in faster. So when you see Shadow Demon, oh god, Doom, you're gonna die. No, you're not.
Look out.
When you see Shadow Demon, and Batrider in the same team, then they're gonna kill things pretty fast.
Oh yeah.
Even if you just have 4 stacks, which is pretty normal that you get 4 stacks. That's 75 damage after resistances, and you can double that.
Go where I will.
Soul Catcher,
Shadow.
Firefly,
Damn.
and you just burn through anything really. This doesn't work with, for example, I tried getting even more procs by putting on like Mjolnir, but Mjolnir of course turns Diffusal Blade off when it procs. I tried with Monkey King Bar, but Monkey King Bar on ranged heroes will add physical damage instead of magical damage, so it actually adds onto your normal damage. It is useful if you want to crit, by the way. If you want to crit with a ranged hero, the Monkey King Bar damage will get accounted for, so you'll crit on the Monkey King Bar damage as well. I tried with Undying, but Undying also just adds onto your own damage, so that didn't work either. Low Force Edge, I think it adds to your damage. They might change it in the next patch. I don't know. They talked about fixing with Critical Strike and Cleave, and one way to do that would be making its own instance of damage. It doesn't sadly work with Orb of Venom, so it won't proc all the time. But another fun thing you can do, I mean, Firefly kind of has a slow dot. I mean, it does like 20, and it takes like a second for each proc to hit. But, you know, whenever you're playing Rubik, and somehow the enemy's team's got some Batrider on the team. And not just Batrider, they have Darkseer. Then you're in luck, my friend, because this is pretty funny how much damage you can actually do with this. We'll see, level bots, 6. Rubik level 6, Spell Steal, and we can have Sticky Napalm. We can have just one level of Iron Shell so we don't get confused with damage. Do the spell once, we do the spell once, and I steal Napalm, and I do and I steal Iron Shell level 1, and I just burn through this asshole. Any dot is, I mean, Slark with Pudge Rod or Slark's Dark Pact also hits very fast. I mean, with just like 5 or 3 Sticky Napalm and an Iron Shell, you probably kill anyone. Because you'll do, I don't know how fast Iron Shell hits, but it's really fast. But I'm guessing you do about like 200 damage a second with just 3 stacks. Or maybe 1,000.
Your middle tower is
so that's
under
about
attack.
it. If you're playing Rubik, or if you're playing Batrider, or if you're playing Chen, I mean, hell, especially if you're playing Chen, normally you would put in Test of Faith, but you might want to do just 1 point in Penitence just for getting that synergy with Batrider. It's pretty normal with Shadow Demon to rank up Soul Catcher, so you probably do what you usually do, but you can be sure if you're playing Batrider, you might want to focus extra on the target Shadow Demon targets, because he's gonna die a lot faster. And if you're playing Ancient Apparition, you might maybe want to put 1 point Chilling Touch, or even rank it up for later games, for the late game, because it'll increase the Batrider damage as well. I'll probably not pick up Diffusal Blade on Batrider, even if it increases Sticky Napalm. There are much more useful items for him to pick up. Yeah, so that's about it. And if you're playing Doombringer, 6 hearts will get you to 320 base damage and 7,365 health, unless you're higher level. So that's about it.